Sometimes the lingo could be a little bit difficult in running, so what does BQ mean? And what are the current time now for 2022? I've already partially answered the question. BQ stands for Boston Qualifying. Boston Marathon is one of the oldest marathons on earth, probably the most historical one as well, and therefore a lot of people want to run. That is why the Boston qualifiers define a qualified time based on gender and age that you have to accomplish in order to be reviewed for participation. This time actually doesn't guarantee you a bib, but it will guarantee that your application is being reviewed. So here we are. That's what BQ means. It's Boston Qualifying, and that implies qualifying for the Marathon of Boston. When someone says that they have BQ'd, it's because they have reached a Boston qualifying time corresponding to their age and gender. So now if we look a little bit at what would happen if you wanted to run the next Boston Marathon in 2022. The one in 2021 is about to be run in October. I don't think there is anything you can do right now to get a bib. So let's look at 2022. The 2022 marathon is supposed to happen on the 18th of April. I'm saying supposed because, I know, we live in a world where races are cancelled sometimes, but it looks like this one is happening in April 18th of 2022. If you want to qualify for it, you had from the 1st of September 2019 to the 12th of November 2021, so that's only in a few months. And during this time frame, you had to do at least one official race within the qualifying time for Boston. You can do pretty much any official race, but it cannot be something that you run on your own. Obviously, a GPS proof of your Strava is not going to be enough. It has to be something that is chipped based by a race organizer. Boston doesn't give you a list of what are the official races that can count towards it. It's the responsibility of any organizer of an individual race to make sure they comply with Boston policies. So you can check with the race that you want to run to make sure that they comply with it. So here we are. Let's look at the table. It's split between gender and age. For instance, as I am a 28, soon to be 29 male, I'll have to run a marathon in less than 3 hours if I wanted to be able to submit my application for a Boston qualifying time. Take another example. If you're a woman and you are 51, you'll have to run a marathon in 3 hours and 55 minutes in order to qualify for Boston. Or if you are a 81 years old man, you'll have to run a marathon in less than 4 hours and 50 minutes. So it basically becomes easier and easier the older you get, and it's slightly easier for women than men. This, I believe, is based on statistics, and they want to make sure that they can basically prevent too many people from applying. Just to be clear, if you perform a qualifying time with a race that is actually official, it doesn't mean that you will have a bib. It might be that you apply even if you are within the qualifying time and you still get rejected, but at least you get a chance to apply. That's the idea, and that is why it has become such of a challenge on its own. Like, I would love to be able to do a qualifying time and BQ once in my lifetime, and it's such a famous thing that it has become a thing on its own. It's like, if you BQ, even if you don't get the bib, if you don't get the ticket to go to the Boston Marathon, you still are someone who BQ'd. You still are someone who have achieved a Boston qualifying time. That's it, guys. I hope you liked it. This was a very short video. Just wanted to explain this BQ word because you see it quite a lot of time, and I remember being confused seeing all those BQs everywhere, and I thought it would be nice to just explain the lingo a little bit here. Audiobook recommendation of the day. You know, there is always one. I'll recommend this time Let Your Mind Run by Dina Castor. It talks a lot about marathon pace and her approach to running marathons, so I think it will fit well into this BQ video. Have a look at it. I'll put a link in the description. Also put all my social there, Instagram, Strava, if you want to go follow there. All the usual. Like, subscribe if you enjoyed. There's more video coming up like this explaining some little things about runnings. If you want, here's the last video we published on the channel. As always, thank you very much for watching, and until next time.